Oh, I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Did I fix it? I think I fixed it. There we go. Turn this off, but then turn this off. Turn this there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Move to here. I think we're up. Yo, I checked everything digitally to see if it was all working. I opened up every bloody thing. I checked the drivers. I checked everything. And it was literally just... I don't know if you can see this. This cable was disconnected very, very slightly. I checked this cable. I checked the cable at the thing. But there's 3 cables in my wire. We're back. It's only 7:12. We're fine. We're straight into it. Let's go hard and fast, right? Here are the instructions. Here's the rules. Yo, the fast and subscribe for 2 months with Twitch Prime. Thanks, my dude. Right. So, we are all here. We're ready to rumble. We're doing MCAT. Welcome to Nutshell Maths for those who haven't seen. We are doing online live maths tutorials. My name is Mr. Benson. You can ask me any question you want in the chat, maths related. In order to do that, you need to create a free Twitch account. Sign up with any email you want and create a free Twitch account. When you do that, first thing you should do is click the follow button on my Twitch channel. That'll make sure you get notifications for when I go live. Second thing you need to do is get out a pen and paper, because you are going to be doing the maths tutorial, or you're going to be doing the maths questions alongside me. And thirdly, boom, work alongside me and ask me. And ask questions. That's not what I was meant to do. And ask questions. There we go. So if I'm looking this way, it means I'm probably looking at chat. If I'm looking here, I'm looking at the question. If I'm looking down, I'm doing the question. So don't stress too much. Right. Is face cam not on? Can you see the face cam? Wait, is cam not on? Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, face cam is on. There we go. Right, face cam, alright. Okay, so we are doing the 2018 MCAT. If you have a look here, we're doing the 2018 MCAT Cat A. Thanks for all the follows, guys. This is awesome. So, yeah, Cat A, you'll see, is with 4 credits. It is probably the hardest assessment you will do this year, especially in mathematics anyway. And it starts off with this question. So, I'm gonna assume you know most of the skills. I'll explain everything I do, but I will explain it quite fast. If you have questions, you need to ask them. If I don't see it, that's just life. Keep asking, and it'll probably pop up. If you really want to, you can at me, but if there's too many ads, it just gets annoying. The first thing I'll give you slight choice over before I get started. I have a black pen, or I have a blue pen. Spam black or spam blue. The most spam I see in the next like 10 seconds, you'll get to choose whether I use a black pen or a blue pen for the whole tutorial. That will give everyone else the time to open up the MCAT. If you need to find the MCAT exclamation questions, we'll give you the questions. I see a lot of blue. Yeah, it's looking blue. I see some white, green. Yeah, it's looking blue, team. Okay, good chat spam. Black is gone. We're using blue, which means let's set this one over here to blue, and let's change this to like a yellow or like a green even. Right, so you can see that. Let's do it. You should be able to see this laser pointer. Oh, look at this. And non-tracked laser. There we go. We're ready to go. Right, use red mark to say what the questions will give. Well, funny you say that, because I've also got the marking scheme open right here. I was just flicking through some other questions. So we've got the answers ready to go, so we can actually look at the answers as we go. Very quickly, how I'm going to go through this. Oh, that just went small screen. Why did that happen? Very quickly, just so you know. Does it go small screen every time I do that? Oh, no. Oh, it does. That's annoying. We're not going to flick to and from the answers then. Do I want snow mode? Nah, let's see how it goes for now. It should slow down a little bit. If worst comes to worst, you can go to chit chat exclamation spam, and you'll get a chit chat mode, and I'll go to that if worst comes to worst. But we'll let it spam at the start, spaghetti. But thanks, dude. Right. Here's just a heads up. The way I'm going to do this, I've sort of had a look at this paper, and every question has one easy E and one hard E, basically. So I'm going to do everything, including the easy E for the first question, then move on. Everything including the easy E for the second question, move on. Third question, move on. and then I'll come back to the hard E's for all three. Okay, so we're going to show you how to get E in an easy way, and then we're going to also do the E hard questions. But that means if you're just aiming for achieve merit or a soft E, you can just be there for the first 3 quarters and then call it a night. If you want to stick around for the harder stuff, you can stick around too. Right, let's get started. If there's lots of spam, we'll put it on slow-mo, but let's see how we go. First question. This question is a hidden test of your expanding skills. Right, I don't know what's going to be the test, so you can't quote me on anything. I've got a hunch there's going to be stuff like this. Thanks for the sub, dude. I've got a hunch there's going to be a question about area, because there always is, and it's some sort of area of a rectangle. And this is what's going on. So we've got a rectangle with sides 2x plus 3 and x minus 2. This quote here, this is just trying to sort of scare you, but it's kind of telling you that it wants a quadratic. Okay. In order to do this, we are going to be multiplying. The reason we are multiplying is because to find the area, we do width times length. And so in order to find the area, we multiply the width and the length, which we've written down in this picture. I do it the grid way. Your teacher might have taught you differently. Trust your teacher, but worst comes to worst, trust me as well. If I am your teacher, awesome. So we're going to do this bit by bit. So 2x times x is going to make 2x squared. 3 times x makes 3x. 2x times 2, 4x. And 2 times 3 is 6. Okay. Now I grab every piece of this. I got 2x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 6. You can see that these two are like terms, so I can combine it. 2x squared plus 7x plus 6. Right, tell me if I make a mistake. Oh, it was a minus 2. Thank you. Look at that. Straight away a mistake. I thought that looked too easy. That's a minus. So that will be a minus there, and that'll be a minus there. Good call. I literally just transcribed it slightly wrong. Negative 4x, you're all switched on, minus 6. 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 6. Again, these two are like terms, so we're going to get 2x squared minus 1x minus 6 as our final answer. What this little bit of sentence here meant is that it needs to look like that. You can see we've got like an ax, a bx, and a c here. So we've got those 3 pieces there. Okay, we should be fine now. I think the negative fixed itself. Right, so there we go. A nice achieved question, not too bad. Right, if you got a question, spam it in the chat, but I think it's not looking too bad. Yeah, I got the negative wrong. You'll get over it. I make mistakes, and that's good. Okay. Nice. Next question. You can trial and error these questions, but it's better to not. Okay. So let's get straight into it. We've got 3 to the x plus 1 is 81. I'm going to rewrite 81. Yes, it's going to be available after stream ends. I'm going to rewrite 81 as 3 to the power of something. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to write over here 3 to the 1 is 3. 3 squared, oh, 3 3s are 9. 3 3 is 27. 3 to the 4 is 81. So I'm showing the marker. I recognize that it's base 3, 3 to the power of something. And if it is, then they go, oh, nice, he recognizes that. And they're going to mark that, give it a little tick, and be happy about it. And now I will change this 81 here into 3 to the 4 here. So instead of 81, 3 to the x plus 1, I'm going to write 3 to the 4. So I've replaced 3 to the x. So I've replaced 81 with 3 to the 4. Now that I've got the same base, I can essentially drop those two down, is how I like to imagine it. So we get x plus 1 equals 4. So I cancel out those two base 3's. And I will solve this. X equals 4 minus 1, which is 3. And you're done and dusted. X is 3. Happy days. Another achieve. Okay, I think those are both worth achieves. Let me have a quick look. Yep. Achieve and achieve. We've done that one. We've done that one. Looking good so far. Right? Can be solved using guess and check methods. So you could just guess and check and you'll get it. Not too bad. Hey, it didn't minimize. That's nice. Okay. Here is your go-to merit question. Right? they're going to test the skill. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. In this exam, they just tested it by giving you the question, solve this. Okay? But they're going to test this skill. So, let's make sure we can do this skill. I teach it a very specific way. If you haven't learnt it my way, don't panic. Do it your way. If you get the same answer, awesome. If you don't, then try my way. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? Alright. Let's look at this here. If we have 3x squared plus 2x minus 8, we want to solve this, so we want it to get x equals something and x equals something. In order to do that, we need to factorize this equation. And if you just can factorize this, you can probably pass the paper. So, we are going to grab the front, grab the back, and multiply these together. So, 3 times minus 8 makes negative 24. Now what I'm going to do is look for two numbers that add to make this, and times to make this. Add to make 2 and times to make 24. What are those two numbers, please? Add to make 2, times to make negative 24. Well, it's not going to be 3 and 8. Let's write out our factors, right? 1 and 24. 2 and 12. Well, that's not going to work. 3 and 8. 4 and 3. No, 4 and 6. That's looking not too bad. Look, we've got some 6 and 4s in the chat. We've got more follows too. Right? So, one of these needs to be a negative. We're going to have negative 4 and positive 6. Okay? Negative 4 and positive 6. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm splitting this 2x into these two parts, negative 4 and positive 6. Right? Let me show you what it looks like. 3x squared, I'm not going to touch it. Now I'm going to split the 2 into 6x minus 4x. 6x minus 4x, if you simplify that, you'd get the 2x. Right? If you simplified it, you'd get back to here. But I'm like unsimplifying it to then do something even greater. Right? And I've left the minus 8 on the end there too. Right? Yeah, this I'm so sure this is going to be in the MCAT. I'm so sure. Okay? So, we're going to cut this down the middle. Is how I like to visualize it. Right? Visual tools are really helpful for maths. So, I've done the stuff in red I really advise doing. Right? Times the front and the back. Split it in half. And then I'm going to simplify the front, simplify the back. Or sorry, factorize the front, factorize the back. So, let's factorize this first one. What's common between 3x squared and 6x? Well, 3x can be pulled out of both of them. So we're going to pull out of both of them. 3x and x plus 2 is left in there. Right? And I'm going to see what I can pull out of this. Well, I've got minus 2 and x. Oh, not minus 2. We're going to pull out even more. Minus 4. X plus 2. And we need to make sure that this bracket and this bracket are the same. They have to be the same. If they are not the same, you need to make sure they're the same, or you've made a mistake. Now, to finish up, we grab this piece and this piece and make a set of brackets. 3x minus 4. And then, because we've got the double x plus 2, we don't need to worry about it, we just put it there. Okay? So we've got this here. So far, so good. Right? Seb Panda recommends Learn Coach is a real good way of solving it too. Yeah, go have a look at Learn Coach if this doesn't make sense. That's a good idea. So, we've got this here. This equals 0. If you get to this point, you get a... Let's have a look. You get an achieved already. If you just get that to that point. Okay? But, we're more than achieve. We can get merit. So from here, I do what we call make each factor equal to 0. So right now we've got 3x minus 4 and x plus 2 equals 0. So we make each factor equal to 0. We make the left hand bracket equal 0 and the right hand bracket equals 0. Let's do that. 3x minus 4 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. And now we solve each factor. So let's solve the left one. The left one. We're going to have 3x. I move this 4 across and add it. And x is 4 over 3. Done and dusted. And the right hand side we're going to have x equals minus 2. That's one, that's the other. We are done. Okay, now I understand that's a long process, but it's not too bad. It's the same process every single time. We'll probably do this 2 or 3 times in the paper. If you can nail this skill, you should be able to get 1 merit or 2 merit questions out of the paper. Okay, right? So far so good. I'll wait for any quick questions before we move on. Any quick questions? And I think the next question is the easy excellence. Okay, I shouldn't say easy. Easier excellence. Long but easy. How many E's do you need for excellence? We'll look at the marking scheme maybe at the end. Maybe right at the end. I don't want to like keep interrupting and looking at the thing. Right. Can you save it as a VOD after? Yeah, it'll be uploaded automatically onto this exact channel. It'll be Nutshell Math / videos, I think. Okay, that doesn't look like there's any questions, so let's go to the first E question. Yeah, we're just doing one paper. There's ads in this video. The ads do not, they do support me. I don't run ads. It's Twitch ads. You should subscribe to Twitch to stop the ads and give your subscription to me. So we've got this triangle here. The area of the right angle triangle shown is 35 centimeters. Good to know. Okay, and what is the value of x? And we've got some information here and here. So again, to find the area, we need to know the formula to find the area of a triangle. Now it's half the area of a rectangle, or half base times height. So let's go A is half base times height. And in this example, we've got a base of 4x plus 6 and a height of x. So we've got these here. Let's have a look. A equals half. Instead of the base, I'm going to write 4x plus 6. And instead of the height, I'm going to write x. Now this process we're doing is essentially substitution. And every time I substitute, I use brackets. I cannot emphasize the importance of that. Every time you substitute, use brackets. It's going to make your life much, much, much easier. Okay, we've got this so far. Let's leave out the half for now. And oh no, let's do the half. So this half is going to multiply with everything here. Chung chung, like this. Right? Shung shung. That just fades away. That's kind of cool, eh? I just discovered that feature of the iPad. Right? So half times 4x is going to be 2x. And half times 6 is going to be plus 3. And this is all still multiplied by x. So far so good. Right? Now we're going to multiply the x into both of those. Right? The way it might look is like this. Or like this. So a equals 2x squared plus 3x. So far so good. Right? Looking not too bad. And we've got an equation for the area. We also know some other cool information about the area. That it is 35 centimeters squared. So instead of this character a, we can write 35. Let's go up here. 35 equals 2x squared plus 3x. So far so good. So it's starting to look like a quadratic. You should be in the zone of looking for quadratics and thinking, I want to solve that thing. Right? Because you know, boom, they want to test that skill. They want to see if I can solve a quadratic. I'm going to solve a quadratic. So it's almost a quadratic, or it sort of is, but you have to set it to 0 to solve it. So to set it to 0, I grab this 35 and I take it across and subtract it. So I'm going to be left with 0 equals 2x squared plus 3x minus 35. So far so good. Right? What I actually prefer is to have this 0 on the other side, only because of looks. Right? I just like it equaling 0 on that side. Okay? Now, look at this. It's exactly the same as the last question. The last question, we got a merit for using that skill. Now we're going to get an excellence for using that skill, plus getting there. It's the same skill. They're asking essentially the same question, just worded kind of differently. Right? This is almost like the combination of the achieve and the merit mixed together to make the excellence. So I'm going to times the front and the back to get negative 70. Two numbers that add to make 3 times to make 70. I need some help on this one. 1 and 70. 2 and 35. 3 and something, 10 and 7, 10 and 3, 10 and 7 I think, 10 and 7, yeah, there you go, right? So we got 10 and 7, we know one of them needs to be negative, it's going to be negative 7 and positive 10 because we want positive 3. So again, we're splitting up this 3x into its two parts, plus 10x and minus 7x. I leave the minus 35, I should probably make it still equal to 0. So far so good. We almost ran out of room here. Right, we're definitely going to run out of room here. Let's just shift everything up. Like this a little bit. See how we go. I use a lot of working when I do this. Right. We've got factorize the left, factorize the right. So, oh yo, thanks my dude. So factorize the left, 2 and x can come out. X plus 5 goes in. And what can we pull out of this? We can pull out 7. We can pull out minus 7 even. And x plus 5 goes in here. We know we've done it right because we've got x plus 5 and x plus 5. So our two factors are 2x minus 7 and x plus 5. And this whole thing equals 0. We're almost there. We've got to solve each of these very quickly. 2x minus 7 equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0. I've run out of time. I've run out of room. X equals minus 5. Yeah, let's go to a spare page very quickly. Oh, let's just go down here and then I'll erase it. Right. So I'm just going to carry on the working. 2x minus 7 equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0. So I've got these two here. We're going to solve both of these. So to solve this one, 2x equals 7. I move the 7 across and add it. And then I divide by the 2. 7 over 2. Now fractions are our friends. I know no one likes them, but fractions are our friends. So we just leave it as a fraction. 7 over 2 is fine. 3.5 is also fine, but let's just leave it. And this one here is going to become x equals minus 5. Now, in an excellence question, or in any question, but especially the excellence questions, you should do a little reality check. So I've got two answers. Do both of these work okay? Let's check. So, x is 7 over 2 or x is minus 5. Let's have a look. If we look at our picture over here, you can see that one of the sides is called x. Now I want you to grab a ruler and try go measure minus 5 meters. It can't be done, right? You cannot have a negative length, and that would probably create a negative area. Therefore, this answer, therefore this answer here is invalid, and this one is the only one. And you need to write that. So we say x cannot be negative because can't have negative length, therefore x equals 7 over 2. Make sure your answer is nice and big and obvious and neatly written, unlike mine. That's the easier E. Okay, not too bad E. Now we started quite late because of technical difficulties, but it's 7:36 right now. We started like 7:20, so 15 minutes of me explaining, and we've got E on the first one. Right? Very quickly, questions on this. I know my working's a bit all over the show. I'll leave it like that for a second. Very, very quick questions before we go to the achiever of the next part. I will come back to Sophie and Tama, but I'm not going to do it till the end. We've got 3 subs. Thanks for subbing, dudes. We also got some bits. I think Conrad D is our biggest dono yet. Okay. Why do I write VE like that? Good question. It's the mathematician's lazy way to write negative. It's like the negative sign with a VE. Negative. Right? It's just legitimately just the lazy way to write it. Okay. Right, let's go. It's looking pretty good. No questions. Everyone seems pretty happy. Right, let's move on. Chat's popping off, but it's looking pretty productive. Right. The skill here that they're testing is your ability to rearrange. Okay. let's make sure we can rearrange. So there's almost always like a little weird rearrange question. Make sure you can nail the skill. We've got give the equation for r in terms of a. When it says that, when it says in terms of a, it means you're allowed a in your answer. You're allowed your answer to say r equals blah 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 blah, blah a. Right? All the junk with an a in it. So let's not stress about the a. Let's just undo everything that's happened to the r. Right? So we've got, I'm going to write it like this firstly. Please don't have a cry if I write it this way. Okay? Equals a, I've just put it on the other side. Right? So let's undo everything that's happened to the r, and you have to undo it in the opposite order that it happened. Right? Because you're literally undoing it. So if I read this, I would say r squared times by 9 over 4. Right? R got squared, then it got times by 9, and then divided by 4. So when I go backwards, it's do the divide by 4 backwards, get rid of the times by 9, and then get rid of the squared. It's like you read it, and then you undo it. So we have this divide by 4 here. To get rid of it, we're going to times by 4. So we're left with 9r squared, and this is going to be 4a. We're timesing by 4. Okay? To get rid of this 9, we're going to divide by the 9 because it's times right now. So we're going to have 4a by 9, or 4 over 9a, however you want to write it. And then to get rid of my r squared, I'm going to undo my squared by square rooting. If you've never seen it before, don't panic. It's just a symbol we represent as the opposite of a square. So to get rid of this little bad boy here, we did this big bad boy here. Okay? Not too bad. Achieved. I'll start moving on, but if there's a question, send it through. Right. This is, I think this is an E question, and then that's the merit. Yeah, I think that one's worth an, I think B is worth an E maybe. Should we have a look? Oh no, it is worth M. I'm going crazy. Okay. Right. We've got some big brains in the chat. Good, good, good. Right. The perimeter of this model is 32x minus 7. What is the length of the side labeled AB? The house shown in the model diagram not drawn to scale. So to find the perimeter of a shape, we just add all the sides together. So let's add this one and this one. Let's add them all. So we've got 4x minus 2 plus 8x plus 3 plus 6x plus 5 plus 10x plus 1, and we're missing this one. Okay, so you can think of it as plus, let's call it AB, the length AB. That would all equal the perimeter, and we've been told the perimeter is 32x minus 7. Okay, so it is 32x minus 7. So I always like to think of a question and think, what is the skill that they're trying to get me to do? What does the marker want me to do right now? And I look at this and I go, oh, they want to test my ability to gather like terms, to simplify. Okay, so let's make sure we show them, don't you worry, Benson can simplify. Right? Let's have a look. Piece by piece, let's get all the x terms. So we've got 4x and 8x makes 12x plus 6x makes 12 plus 6, 6, 7, 18x plus 10x, 28x. Tell me if I've done that wrong. I've done a lot in my head. Minus 2 plus 3 makes 1, plus 5 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Plus 7 plus AB equals 32x minus 7. So far so good. Right? Nice. Now we want to know what this AB is. So we've done the simplifying, we've gone, oh don't you worry Marco, we can simplify. But what else do you want me to do? Oh, you want me to show that I can rearrange and still simplify. Or essentially like, yeah, rearrange, right? So I'm going to grab, I want to find this, so I'm going to leave it here and move everything else across. right? So if I move this 7, I'll subtract 7, and I'll rather write another line of working of everything I haven't touched, and this will become minus, oopsies, 14. Okay, so far so good. Last piece, I'm going to grab this 28x, move it over here. That arrow was too long. Move it over here and subtract it, because I've got the whole piece. I don't divide it, I'm moving the whole piece, so I subtract the whole piece. So we've got AB is 32 minus 28 is 4x minus 14. And we're done. 4x minus 14. You can see it there. We got the merit grade. Not too bad. Right. Jeepers. Any questions? Not too bad. Oh, the zoom. Where's my mouse? Yo, thank you. Right, minus 7 plus 7 is 0, isn't it? Good question. Be very careful. What we did here, we had this plus 7 on this side, and we took it over, and when we bring it over past this equal sign, we do the opposite operation, which in this case is subtract 7. Right now we've got minus 7 here, and we're subtracting another 7. So we start negative, and we're getting further negative. Minus 7 becomes minus 14. Okay, good question. I like it. It means you're paying attention. It means you're questioning things. It's good. Right, if there's no more questions, let's move on. Okay, hopefully that helps. Right, here is our fraction question. It's not too bad. Again, it's one of those skills that you just learn how to do it a gajillion times, and you'll be fine, and you should get a merit. Okay, you need to learn how to cross multiply. That is the skill they're testing. They're going, can Benson cross multiply? And I go, yo, don't you worry, I can. Let me show you how. Right? To cross multiply, I'm going to use probably a lot of paper. 2 over x plus 1 plus 3 over x minus 2. I'm going to do multiplication like this. Chung, oopsies, let's go. Chung, chung, chung. Where I multiply this and put it on the top. Multiply this and put it on the top. And multiply this and put it on the top. Let me show you what it looks like. So we're going to do this first multiplication here. Oh no, the order is kind of important. Here. So we're going to do 2 times by x minus 2. And that's how we write 2 times by x minus 2 in algebra. Right? 2 times by x minus 2. We leave it there. Now the operation here is plus, so I'm going to put a plus sign here. I'm going to write it in blue but circle it. The operation is plus, so we plus. If it was minus, we would subtract. It's really important you understand that. Okay? Now, we do the same thing this way. 3 times by x plus 1. And then the bottom is multiplying across the bottom. X plus 1 times by x minus 2. Not too bad. Right? Not too bad, not too bad. See a pandas on task. Other people talking about English. Right? Now, let's simplify the top part first, and then the bottom part. So I'm just going to put it out to the side here. Top. We've got 2x minus 2 plus 3x plus 1. So when we do this multiplication, we get 2 times x, like this. 2 times x, 2 times minus 2. It's going to be 2x minus 4 plus 3x plus 3. Okay. when we simplify all of this, 2x plus 3x makes 5x. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. That's our top part. Let's do the bot. So we've got the top and the bot. Let's simplify the bottom. Again, now they're like, oh, yo, they want me to double bracket expand. Okay, so let's do it over here. We got x and plus 1, x and minus 2. This will make x squared, 1x minus 2x minus 2. So our bottom is x squared plus 1x minus 2x minus 2, which simplifies as minus 1x minus 2. That piece there. We're almost running out of room. I'm going to erase this working here and just put my final answer there. So I've simplified the top. I've simplified the bot. Now let's write the whole thing as an answer. TOCAB 1001, yes we do, which we have done here. So 5x minus 1 is the top, all over x squared minus 1x minus 2. Now let's just tidy this all up. Imagine if you could do this in your test. And let's make it very clear to our marker that this is our answer. Top, bot, middle. Right. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's check our answer. Isn't the factorized simpler for the bottom form? No. I don't know. How do I explain that? Things are sometimes simpler in factorized form and sometimes simpler in non-factorized form. Quadratics in general, you would say simpler as their quadratic form. So I would leave it like this. I just also know that they want me to show them that skill. I get to this point here and I think they want me to show that I can expand. So I'm going to do it. Does that make sense? So we think, oh, they want me to show, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do what they want, right? Hopefully that helps. And hopefully that stops doing that. Cool beans. Right? We've got the easy E and then we're done with question 2. And we're a third of the way there. 2/3 of the way there. Should we get started? Right, there is multiple ways to do this. And I do this differently to how other people probably do it. Okay? Let's see if I can explain it well. Because it is kind of a bit of using your brain. You've got to have a big brain for this one. Right? There's lots of big brains in the chat. In the chat. Right? Okay. Let's have a look. So, we want the left hand side to be smaller than the right hand side. That is the whole premise of this. So left hand side LHS and right hand side. That's the whole point, right? And if we can't achieve this, then we've done something wrong, right? So some people turn the 8 into a base 2. Cool beans, go for your life. I'm not going to. And I'm going to divide by that 8. There's multiple ways to do it. I'll show you my way. It's not the most efficient, but it makes the most sense to me. So I've just moved that 8 and divided it. Okay? Because it's 8 times. Now, I think to myself, what's 20 divided by 8? What's 20 divided by 8? Can't be done. Not without a calculator. So, I think maybe I know I can do 16 divided by 8, which is going to be 2. And I know I can do 24 divided by 8, which is 3. So 20 divided by 8 must be somewhere in between. Okay. Now, I want the left hand side to be smaller than the right hand side. I want my left hand side to be smaller than 20 by 8. smaller than this point here. So it needs to be smaller than that, most probably, right? If it's smaller than this, there's still like a gap in here in which it's not quite right. So I'm just reading the comments. Panda doesn't like my way. That's fine, right? So we're going to go let right hand side equal 2. Let's just do this for now. Let's just see what would happen if I let it equal 2. Because I know it needs to be smaller than a little bit more than 2. So let's let it equal 2. Right? So 2 to the x minus 4 needs to be less than 2. Right? Which is like 2 to the 1. Same base, we can drop them down. Right? Same base, we can drop them down. X minus 4 is less than 1. Or we can even just use an equal sign there if you wanted. But x needs to be less than 5. Right? When we have this little less than sign, we just keep dropping it down. Right? Hey, no worries, dude. No worries. Right? So this is one way to process it. There's multiple ways. Okay? So we've got this way, and what I do with this is I do a check. Because I wanted it to be less than this one here, right? So let's do a check. If x equals 5, then we've got 2 to the 5 minus 4, which would be 2 to the 1, which is 2, which is what have I done? Left hand side needs to be smaller than the right hand side. Left hand side needs to be smaller than this. Yeah, that's fine. Smaller than this. Smaller than 20 by 8. 2 is definitely smaller than 20 by 8. So I got a bit lost there. 2 is definitely smaller than 20 by 8. So this works. What if x equals 6? Okay. Then we can go, or if x equals 6, we'd have 2 to the power of 6 minus 4, which is 2 squared, which is 2 2's are not 16, 2 2's are 4. 4 is not less than 20 by 8. So 6 would not work. Right? Am I thinking about this wrong? No, yeah, I'm thinking about this right. I'm fine. I keep second guessing myself. Right? So 4 does not work. So therefore x needs to be less than or equal to 5. 5 works, and anything less than 5 will work. Okay. This is my final answer here. So this little check part is for me to know whether 5 is okay and whether I need to go a little bit less or not, or a little bit more or not. That's one way to do it. I use like a little bit that way and a little bit of logic, but sometimes I get a little bit confused during it. Right? Let's look at a different way to do it. I've never done it this way. Or I have, but not for a while. Let's make sure we can do it, right? So let's... Can I like duplicate this page? Copy page. Let's see if I can... Paste page. Let's quickly go here. What page are we on? Okay. Let's erase all of this and very quickly show you the other way. Very, very quickly. I know we've spent a long time on this question now. Yeah, this is the Exponents. This is the easier of the two. This other one's a bit harder. Right. So, let's have a look. What if I turned 8 into 2 to the 3? 2 to the 3 times 2 to the x minus 4 needs to be less than 20. That's probably the more straightforward way, to be honest. Whichever way you prefer. Okay? We've got this. When we multiply powers, we add them. If they've got the same base, we're allowed to. When we multiply powers, we add. So this is the same as 2 to the 3 plus x minus 4 is less than 20. 2 to the 3 x minus 4, which is 2 to the x minus 1, is less than 20. And then you can probably just guess and check from here essentially. Right? And you still sort of need to do, you could do exactly what I've done, but sort of do like, let the right hand side be, again, we do like 2 to the 2 is 2 3 is 8, 2 to the 4 is 16 versus 2 to the 5. I know it needs to exist somewhere in here, and you're going to do that. Right? Very similar way, or slightly different way, but still similar thought process by the time you get to the stage here. Okay. So let's look at what they wanted to see. They don't mind how you really get it, right? So remember when we got to here? X is less than or equal to 5. So this is the answer they want, or this, or even this. This is everything. But there's lots of different ways you can do it. But what's more important is there's lots of different ways to get an achieve mark out of this. If you are aiming for achieve or merit, you should not be leaving this question blank. If you're looking for achieve or merit, look at this. If you write 8 as 2 to the 3, if you literally just on your paper write down 2 to the power of 3 is 8, or replace the 8 with 2 to the 3, you get an achieve point. Right? If you divide by 8 and turn the right hand side into something like this, you get another achieve point. If you put the right hand side in index form, which is 2 to the power of something, you get another achieve point. If you get 3 achieve points, you get a merit. Right? You don't need to get the answer correct to still get good grades out of it. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay? Right. Let's move on past this one. We've spent a lot of time on it. Let's full screen this. We spent a lot of time on it. Let's move on. We're going to do this one at the end, the George and Leo one. Okay. And let's go. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. Right. This whole section is the section that gave everyone last year the heebie-jeebies. Right? But it's not too bad. Minor errors honestly depends on everything, to be honest. Right? Honestly depends on everything. RHS, yeah, literally means right hand side. It's just, again, mathematicians are lazy. Right hand side, RHS. Right. Not too bad. Let's do it. Okay. The area of a garden is given by blah, 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 blah. If x is 5 and y is 2, give the area of the garden. Right. This is testing my ability to substitute. So we're going to substitute. The way I like to think about substitution is everywhere I see an x, I'm going to now write the number 5. And everywhere I see a y, I'm now going to write the number 2. Let's write a little bit bigger, eh? Oh, that array is huge. Instead of x, I write 5. Thanks for the follow. One-time account. Instead of x, I write 5. Instead of y, I write 2 and squared and close the bracket. Right? Now I just follow BEDMAS rules. Hopefully you know BEDMAS rules not too bad. If you don't, pay close attention to the order in which I do this. 2 squared gets done first. So this is now becomes a 4. Then all the multiplication happens. Okay? Which is this big chunk here. 3 times 5 times 4. Let's go up here. 2, 5 plus. 3 times 5 is 15 times 4. 15 is 30 plus 30, 60. So far so good. Right? 6. Now you do what's in the brackets next. 5 plus 60, 65. 2 times 65 is 130. So my answer is 130. All good? Easy. Achieve. That's like it'll be in the test, almost guarantee it. You've got to be able to do it. It might be hidden, masked, a bit harder, but it's not too bad. Right. This one, I reckon, is a nice one. Again, it's the same skill as what we did at the start. Just quadratics. Right? Simplify quadratics. Simplify quadratics. Right? Let's have a look. Do you give the symbols? What do you mean the symbols? Like meters squared. They've not told us anything about units, right? The area of a garden, blah, 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 there's no units. I don't know if it's meters, centimeters, millimeters, kilometers. So we can't put meters squared. We just leave it. In general, you should put the unit, but right now I can't because there's no unit. Well, that sucks. Yeah, only if it mentions it. Okay. Let's simplify the top, simplify the bottom. Right. What's common between these two numbers? Or these? Whoa, what's happened to my pen? Oh. My whole thing's poo-pooed. Let me try to reconnect my pen. What the heck? Is my pen run out of battery? Pen. I set it charging for ages. Right, let's let that charge for a second. Why is every technical difficulty going wrong? Let me see if I can fix this. Hold on. I just have to go like this. Don't panic for a second. Just while I do this. It says my Apple Pencil is on 99%. Let's shut down my iPad, reopen my iPad. That doesn't work. Let's close the application. I'm just shutting it. I just closed it just so that you can. Okay, I think we're back. Right. We're back. Don't stress. Let's go here. Okay. Pen's now working. I just had to close the thing. Right, so we've got. And 139k subscribers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, heaps of subs. Just join them, man. We got 39k. Right? Yo, we're back at it again. Let's carry on. Right, simplify the top, simplify the bottom. Pull out what is common between the top and the bot. Right? I can pull out a 3x, and I will leave x plus 4. That's the top part. Right? On the bottom part, we're going to simplify. Now, it's not quite as simple as the bottom. This is secretly x squared plus 0x minus 16. A quadratic that looks like this. It's what we call a perfect square. But you don't need to know that. You just need to know that I'm looking for two numbers that add to make 0 and times to make 16. So it's going to be 4 and 4. One positive, one negative. 4 plus 4. Or sorry. 4 minus 4 is 0, 4 times minus 4 is minus 16. So we're going to have x plus 4 and x minus 4 as our two things there. So I've changed this whole thing into this whole thing. I'm simplifying it. And this should, in every case basically, create a situation where, oopsies, where these two things are the same and we can cancel. Right? If it doesn't, you've probably done something wrong. No, not necessarily, but probably, because they sort of want you to do that. Right? So that means we're going to cancel, and we'll be left with 3x all over x minus 4. That's my answer. And you can tell that I've simplified it because it looks much nicer, much more simple. And that's why we're looking for it to cancel. Like that. Okay. Good. If there's no questions, let's look at this one. This one is the one that everyone pooed their pants and came up to me afterwards and said, "Sir, you didn't teach us anything about circles." I said, it's not about circles, it's about algebra. They give you everything. Circles is just the thing. Is that achieved? I don't know, actually. It might be a merit, to be honest. Yeah, a merit. There you go there. So if you get it correct, you get a merit. Okay. Right. Let's have a look at this question here and see if we can do it. It looks harder than it is because there's lots of words. Right? Let's go. So George has designed a new logo for a sports club made up of two circles. She draws one circle on top of another as shown in the diagram. The total height of the two circles is always 20 centimeters. Right? No matter what. So as those two circles change, one gets bigger, one gets smaller. Right? They have to. Right. So we've got Georgia is exploring what happens to the total circumference of the two circles when the radius of one circle increases and the other decreases. Okay. Show that, when it says show that, it's given you the answer. It says show that the answer of this thing, the two circles, two circumferences of the circles is 20 pi. Right? Looks really bad. Yeah, strange logo, I agree. Let's have a look. The total of the two circumferences. This means we're going to add them together. Okay? Right. So, we're going to have, let's go the circumference of the top plus the circumference of the bottom. Right? Moderator is doing a good job, thank you. Circumference of the top, circumference of the bottom. Right, we're going to add those two together. Let's get an equation for both of those. The circumference of the top would be 2 pi r of the top plus the circumference of the bottom would be 2 pi r of the bottom. So what we'll do is, let's draw this picture a little bit, and we'll call this one RT and this one RB. Radius of the top, radius of the bottom. Okay? Radius of the top, radius of the bottom. Thanks, spaghetti. So, we've got this here. Now, what do we know about the two radiuses? This is where people got confused. Right? They got to hear it sometimes and just went, there's no more information. There is. Right? The total height of the two circles is always 20 centimeters. If this is always 20 centimeters, then the sum of this plus this is always 20 centimeters. Right? So, the radius of the top, or 2 times the radius of the top, plus 2 times the radius of the bottom, is always equal to 20. Right? The reason I've said 2 here, can you see my mouse? The reason I've said 2 is because there's one radius there, one radius that direction. Right, let me use my laser pointer. One radius here, plus one radius here, 2 RB. One radius here, one radius here, 2 RT. Like this. And a lot of you have come to it already. That's the same as saying RT plus RB is 10. We just remove 2 from everything. Divide it all by 2. Right? Now, this is almost like a simultaneous equation, which is good because we haven't done any simultaneous equations yet in the paper. So RT plus RB, we can rewrite one of these as the other. So RT equals 10 minus RB. And we're going to go, oh goodness me, the eraser was much bigger than I thought. So for RT, we have 10 minus RB. So we're going to substitute this into RT in this equation here. Let's grab this and put it in there. So let's write 2 pi instead of RT. Oopsies. 10 minus RB plus 2 pi RB. And we simplify this. Jeepers, ran out of room. Again, let's move everything up. So we got, let's expand this one like this. 2 pi times 10 makes 20 pi. 2 pi times minus RB makes 2 minus 2 pi RB plus 2 pi RB. And look at this. We've got minus 2RB plus 2RB. That's going to cancel, and we're going to be left with 20 pi, which is the show that this is the answer. Show that this is the answer. Oh my gosh, that's my answer. Right? How are we looking? Why did you get the 2? Divide everything by 2. Oh, I see. Thanks. Perfect. Right. Thank you. Someone thought just talking smack. Cool. Not looking too bad. Right? Is this an E? I don't think it is a. Genuinely think it's a kind of hard merit. Oh, it is. It is an E. That means the last 3 questions are all with E. There you go. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Right? That's an E. Oh, I know why I ran out of room, because there's writing on this page. Silly. Yeah, it is kind of hard. Genuinely kind of hard. Right? I'm saying easy to try make you feel better about it, but it's probably makes you feel better if I just tell you that it's hard. Okay? Right? It is hard. How many E questions? Lots. Like 3, 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. Okay. Need help tomorrow, no worries. Not today, Panda, yesterday. Right. Give the equation for the difference in the areas of the 2 circles. So we're almost at the point where we're going to be finished. But let's do this one quickly together. Okay. Oh. Yeah, we're in the same context, right? So before we had the sum. Now we've got the difference. To find the difference, we subtract. Right? The difference of the areas. A of the top is pi r top squared. A of the bottom is pi r bottom squared. Right? The difference in the 2 areas is 1 minus the other. And we also know that RT is this piece here. Let's highlight it, make it real obvious. This piece here is really important. So RT is 10 minus RB. RB. Okay. We're not doing the 2016 paper, dude. Sorry, mate. Right, we're almost finished here. So 10 minus RB, we're going to replace RT in this one here. Let's go AT equals pi. Instead of RT, we're going to go 10 minus RB squared. This guy YouTube explains 2016 paper. Yes, he's probably what's his name? Subash. Infinity plus 1. Infinity plus 1 is real good. Yeah, we're starting to fatigue, right? We're getting a bit tired, so don't stress. Let's just nail this last question, and then we'll have a quick break, and then we'll just whiz through all the E questions real fast. Okay? Right. AT is, let's do this part over here. 10 minus RB. 10 minus RB. 10 times 10, 100, minus 10 RB, minus 10 RB, RB squared. So I'm just expanding this little bracket part. So this is going to be 100 minus 20 R, I keep doing capitals, RB plus RB squared. So instead of this set of brackets, I've got this piece here. So I'm going to write AT is pi, and this set of brackets 100 minus 20 RB plus RB squared. Oof. Let's see if I can move this successfully. Yeah. Okay. Right. It's getting tricky now. So we're going to do the difference in the areas. So one of them minus the other. Doesn't really matter which one we do. Let's go pi RB squared minus, which is AB, minus AT, which is this big thing here. Pi 100 minus 20 RB plus RB squared. Right? It's getting tricky, I know. So I've grabbed, I know that I've got AB minus AT here, which are these two pieces. No worries, Chloe. Hopefully it helps. Okay. Pi RB squared minus pi RB squared minus, I'm going to expand this pi to everything. Let's do it. Very nearly there. Minus 100 pi plus 20 pi RB minus pi RB squared. This piece and this piece cancels. Okay, so we've got minus 100 pi plus 20 pi RB. That should be it. Right? This is a hard question too. Right? It's hard to just like follow on because it's got pi's in there everywhere. Right? The next one is the easier E. We'll get into that in like just 1 second. Right. What we need to do is take a little break. Okay? We need to have a stretch. Oh, have a little break. Have a drink of water. Think. Okay. Now we're only doing E questions. So it's going to be hard. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Right? Yeah, all this talking to pi makes me hungry too, dude. Right? I 100% agree. So, what we're going to do is, if you are fatigued, if you're like, oh, I've got the E questions so far, the rest is, this one was really hard, it's getting really tricky, then I'm happy for you to say, thank you so much, sir, thank you, Benson, drop a follow, drop a sub, drop a like, drop a whatever, and head on out. Okay? I hope you enjoyed, hope you found it somewhat useful. And this broadcast will be available online. I'll also upload the 2017 paper stream from last year. Okay? If you are sticking around for the E questions, good on you. We're going to smash through them at quite a quick pace, and if you've got a question, you have to ask it, right? So we're going to go fast. Right? And let's go, boys. Let's get that fat E. Yin and OC in the chat. I've only got paid for doing this. I know, my dude. I'm getting paid, man. I got 10 bits and 3 subs. No, he can't. Unicorn. Uni the corn. Yeah, E's in the chat, boys. Spam E in the chat if you're sticking around. Right? Chat's popping off. We've got a lot of people. Are we ready to rumble? I need some hype. I almost need a little bit of hype music just to get us back going. Right. If you're sticking around, spam E. Adil is definitely that guy. Yeah, the best payment is you guys getting the E. Okay, we ready? We're gonna hit this E question so hard. The royalty free music coming in. Okay, I'm re-energized. Are you guys ready? We've got a lot of people have stuck around. It's the same people, right? Our viewership is staying pretty high, right? We're gonna pop off. What are we looking like on the board of, what are we in? Science and technology. We must be in the top 10, surely. Right? Can one of the mods go check that and tell me? I feel like we must be. Right, let's do it, okay? Second. Oh, yeah, boy. Right? What's first? What's first? What's going on in first? Can't be anything good. Can't be better than National Maths, right? Dig category. Yo, shut up, dude. Okay. Are we ready? This music's hype. It's just like, it's been building up for like 3 minutes 10. Okay. Right. The music's chill. Ready to focus. Turn the volume down again. Okay, best music 2019. Let's do it. Okay. 5 times 5 to the 3x equals 5 to the minus 2x squared. Right? Everything is the same base already. We're looking good. Okay, if everything is the same base, we can use our power rules. Let me just write something very quickly. 5 to the 1 times 5 to the 3x is 5 to the minus 2x squared. I've written this 5 to the 1 because that's what it is. It's not 5 to the 0. 5 to the 0 is 1. 5 to the 1 is 5. When we multiply powers, we add. It's the step down. If you've never heard of the step down rule, talk to someone who's been taught by me, right? So the step down rule, if we're multiplying powers, we add the powers. So this can combine to make 3x plus 1 equals 5 minus 2x squared. Happy so far? Yin Yang thinking this is too easy. Right, same base, so we can cancel the two 5's. So we're going to drop everything down. 3x plus 1 equals minus 2x squared. So far so good. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, yo, this is nice and juicy, nice and easy, because I bring it over. So I have 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 equals 0. It's quadratic. I'm going to solve this quadratic by times the front, times the back, cut in half, blah, blah, blah. This is the third time we've done this in the paper, and each time we've got a merit for it. Now we're going to get the fat E and be chuffed. Right? Times the front and the back, we get 2. Add to make 3, times to make 2. 2 and 1. Oh, I did almost mess it up. So we've got our two numbers are 2 and 1. So 2x squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 1 equals 0. We cut in half. 2x x plus 1. 1x plus 1. We grab this and this, so we're going to get 2x plus 1. We grab the x plus 1 equals 0. Let's take it up here and let's solve each part. 2x plus 1 is 0. X plus 1 is 0. 2x equals minus 1. X equals minus 1 over 2. X equals minus 1. Right? I told you I'm going fast. Right? A fat E surely. Right? Not looking too bad. That's a nice E. That's a pretty straightforward E, to be honest. Right? It's just power rules. Yo! A fat sub from QCast. Right? What a legend. PogChamp in the chat. Right? Steamy dumplings. Is that fittier? Sup, my dude. Okay. Right. Let's go. So much easier than the last one. I agree. Right? I told you every section has one easy, one hard E. Right? So try them all. Okay. Let's go backwards. It's only going to get harder from here. Right. This one is kind of tricky. You have to think about it a little bit carefully. Right? Shout out and you'll donate 3,000 bits. I don't believe you for starters. And I just said your name anyway, so there's a shout out, right? Roll. Let's go. Okay? So we've got this big setup here. George and Leo organized 27 people to do a sports game. This costs $20 for students, $30 for adults. I did this a really disgusting way the first time. And I call it back. I take it back. I'm going to do it a nicer way. I'm going to make sure I follow the way to do it. I've got notes here just in case. So, the reason this is weird is because there's a adults and students part and a George and Leo's part, right? So, the tickets cost $20 for students and $30 for adults. Let's call the students C for children, right? Because if I use an S, it looks like my 5, right? Which one is it 5? Which one is it S? Who knows? So let's call it C for children and A for adults. So $20 per child plus $30 per adult is the total cost. Right? The total cost is $650. Now, the other thing I know about the children and the adults is that the total number of them is 27. Okay? Total number is 27. Now, look at this. I've set up two equations, and I've got two unknowns. I can solve this. The way I solve this is I multiply this bottom one by 20, and I'm going to subtract. Let's rewrite my two equations. There's not much room here. I use like a whole page of working. Right? Oh, M runs here. Oh no. Right? So we've got this equation here, and I'm going to multiply the other one by 20. 20c plus 20a equals 20 times 27, 540. Right? I did it before, don't worry. Okay. So we've got 540 here. We're going to subtract these two equations from one another, and we'll get 0 plus 10a equals 90, which means a equals 9. The number of adults are 9, so that means the number of children, if there's 9 children, the total is 27, then you've got to get, how did I say silly? Not 110, 90. No, it is 110. Oh, you're right. I looked at it, I did it the other way around. I did 540 minus 650 in my head. Whew. Right. So this is 110. That's 10, which means the number of adults is 11. Quick maths. That can't be right. What have I done wrong here? I genuinely did it before, but I did it slightly differently. Wait, where are my answers? I put my answers here. Oh yeah. Huh. Okay. It's right. Yeah, I was stressing myself out. The number of adults is 11, which means the number of children is 27 minus 11. No, 8. No, 16. Right, 16. So we've got 16 children and 11 adults. Right? Let's move this up very slightly. I'll put it like a green line in between so that we know they're separate. And this is our golden information. Cool beans. No worries, Joel. See you at maths tomorrow, mate. Thanks for coming in. Right. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we've got A and C. So far we've got the adults and the children. Now this part is the hard part, right? How did I do this so wrong before? Okay, so the other bit of information we have is half of George's groups are students and 2/3 of Leo's groups are students. So let's look at it as, let's have a row of adults. So half of George's group plus 1/3 of Leo's groups is the total number of adults, 11. Right? And now if we look at it as students, half of George's group are students and 2/3 of Leo's group are students. So that's going to be 16. Now another set of simultaneous equations, exact same process. We're going to subtract and eliminate. this will be 0. A third minus 2/3 makes minus 1/3. 11 minus 17 makes 5. Minus 5. Which means minus L is minus 15. L equals 15. Which is the number of people in Leo's group, right? Leo's group has 15 people. Now, if 2/3 of Leo's group are students, 2/3 are students, therefore 2/3 of 15 is 10. 10 students. Okay. This is one of the harder E's in the paper, right? One of the harder E's. Yeah, I agree. Yikes. Okay. In level 3 calculus tutorials later on in November. I'm sorry, Cryptic. I do not teach calculus. Sorry, my dude. Okay, we're good with this. One more question left in the paper. Let's get the hype going. Okay. Now, my brain just shut down. Are we okay? I think we're okay. In level 2 stuff, for sure, dude. As long as you follow through with your big call from before. I will do level 2 tutorial tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, fidget spinners. I know, right? This was 2018, boys and girls, 2018. They always try to put something in interesting. So I reckon they're gonna do something about the Rugby World Cup, or something about the Olympics coming up. Right? They love it. Something about Fortnite, maybe. Yep. They'll chuck in something lame. Okay. Right. This is also easy. I don't think this one's easy. It's not too bad, but it's not easy. Yeah, I think that you can't do it out of like spite for fidget spinners. Right. 7 times grandma is a maths teacher. Good on it. She bought both of them some fidget spinners, but they have to solve a maths problem before she would give them fidget spinners. What a horrible grandma. Right. Tama thinks that because he is older, he should get more fidget spinners. What a horrible brother. And they are told that the number of fidget spinners they each get will relate to the number n. Their grandmother says the number of fidget spinners that Sophia gets is n to the 3 plus n, or n to the n squared plus 3. Or 3n. I almost mucked it up real bad. Oh! 3n like that. Okay. Wait. I just assumed time was in it. True. My bad. Okay. Right. Cool. Look good. Right. So we've got this here, and we've got Tama. He is more complicated, and we've got this whole line to explain what he is. The number n squared times 2 plus 6 times the number n. Plus 6 times the number n. Right? The commas are important. So the number n squared times 2, so let's put a 2 at the front, plus 6 times the number n, 6n, like this. Okay. Nicely done. Right, yin yan's on it. Or a baguette. No, not a baguette. If you have been in my classroom, you know why. Baguette are messy. Right? So we've got Tama and Sophia. We know that Tama thinks that he should get more than Sophia, because he is a grumpy man. Panda. Shh. So let's make Tama 2n squared plus 6n be more than Sophia n squared plus 3. We've got this n here, so we can divide everything by this n. How do you know it's not 2n squared plus 6 times n? Yeah, so very good question, the JP guy, right? Very good. The reason I know that is literally because of the lack of a comma. See this comma here? If it was 2n squared plus 6 times n, it would say plus 6, comma, times the number n. That's why I know, because of that lack of a comma there. Right? Then it would say plus 6, comma, then times the number n. But it doesn't say that. It says plus 6 times the number n. It's almost like it says 6 dash times dash the number dash n. It's like plus 6 times the number n as one thing. A comma can change the entire question, right? I care about you too, 808. Meditative grammar penetration, yeah. I feel you, dude. Yeah, I feel you. Okay, I feel you guys. Right? JP, good. Right, good question. So that's why you should read the question more than once. I read a question 5 times most of the time. Okay? Right, let's hit it. So we've got this n here. We can divide by this n. Divide everything by n. So we're going to divide the whole left hand side by n. 2n squared divided by n would just be 2n plus 6. And we've got rid of the n on this side, so we're just left with this. Are you happy with what I've done there? Yeah, I got you. I'm about to read it 30 times. Good. So happy. Mean. Okay? Now, I'm starting to get even more happy because I can see a quadratic. And when I see a quadratic, I think, yo, I know how to solve this. And I know that's what they want me to do. How do you get n squared? It's from here. I stole this whole thing. And I divided by this n, so I got rid of it. And I divided everything by n. So I cancelled a little bit out of everything. Good. So we've got this here. Let's rearrange to make it 0 because that's what quadratics want. Right? So we've got, let's move all of this stuff to the other side. So we have 0, n squared plus 3 minus 2n minus 6. Because I've subtract and subtract. So n squared I'm just going to write it in this order. And I've got 3 minus 6 is going to make minus 3. Why did you write it in cubed plus 3? Because I knew I had to divide by the n. I just looked into the future a little bit there. I just sort of knew that I would need to divide eventually. Yes, you could not, right? And you just have to factorize it. So we've got this. We've got a quadratic. Add to make minus 2 and times to make minus 3. Add to make minus 2 times to make minus 3. We're probably going to have minus 1 and minus 3. No, minus 1 and positive 3. No, minus 3 and positive 1. I think minus 3 and 1. Minus 3 and 1, we're happy? So we got 0 less than. Then we're going to have n minus 3. N plus 1, like this. Not allowed to use calculators for MCAT, my dude. Are we happy so far? I feel like you're expecting me to do something different there. Right? So let's have a look. We're going to make each of these look like this. N minus 3 and 0 less than n plus 1. Right? We're going to solve each of these. It's literally exactly the same as what we were doing before. Right? We're going to solve each of these. 3 n like this and minus 1 is greater than n. Okay. Hamza is talking smack. So we can make this say n is less than 3. Is that what you're waiting for? Right, it's the same thing. If you look at it, the directions are exactly the same. Right? And n is less than -1. These are both the same things. Okay? Now, there's one last reality check you have to do. You do a reality check of, I've got two answers. Am I sure both of these make sense? Right? I'm saying it needs to be less than 3, but also less than -1. Or less than -1, which is actually less than 3 anyway. But let's have a look. If n is -1, can that happen? Well, let's have a look. If n equals -1, we would have, let's look at Sophia. We would have, Sophia would have -1 to the power of 3 plus 3 times -1. This is going to be -3, and this is going to be -1, which is going to be -4. Can you have -4 fidget spinners? Right? I wish you could, but you can't. Right? So, because of this test, I know that this n cannot be negative. N cannot equal negative. Okay? See you later, 30k. Right, we're almost done here, team. So, because n cannot be negative, I write over here. Man, it's really hard to fit it all in. Let's move this over to the right hand side. Over here somewhere. Right. This is my n cannot be negative. So, if that's the case, then I know, therefore, n must be less than 3. And that's it. Oh, face cam froze. That happens. Properties. Oh, let me fix it for a second. Deactivate. Activate. There you go. Quality stream. Yeah, I know it's been long. It's been like an hour and a half, right? Which is, you have an hour for the MCAT, but an hour and a half for us to explain everything. That's pretty solid. Okay, right. We'll do New Zealand. Right. Before you go, thank you so much. Let me say thank you. Thank you so much for sticking in. I know it's been a long stream. I'll stick around for the last like sort of 5-10 minutes for any last questions. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. If you're aiming for achieve, then you should make sure that you can factorize and expand. Like solve difficult quadratics, like this question here. Make sure you can do this, and factorize any quadratic and expand any sets of double brackets. Right. Power rules are also nice to know too, but with just those two skills, you should be able to scrape and achieve with just those two skills. Right. So hopefully you found that useful. Thanks for making us number 2 on science. Someone go look at number 1 and tell me what is on number 1. What is number 1? No worries, Clue Gamer. Thanks for all the follows, subs, and donos. Right, you got some clips we made. Right, 4 subs. We're popping off, boys. We're getting big. Right, thank you so much. If there's any questions, now's your time to ask. Yeah, that pie question's not easy, man. Sure, it's not easy at all. Thanks, Shahir. 2017 MCAT on Friday. Nah, I'm not here, Karakia. Sorry, dude. Thanks, We'll do. I really enjoy doing it. Thanks for the streams. No worries, Spirit. Wait, other schools are watching this too. Yeah, dude, there's quite a lot of people all around the place watching. So no stating of n values. No, you don't need to list the n values. You imply it by saying that n is less than 3. So I'll quickly show you. On the answer sheet, it says hence n equals 1, 2 as n can't be negative, right? Which this is the same as saying n is less than 3, right? 1 and 2 is less than 3, and we said it can't be negative or 0. We should probably have said 0, but that's fine. They will accept even a mistake on that front anyway. Okay. I'll ask some questions if I have doubts. No worries. So I want to drop you for not advertising. Probably. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up, Hamza. Right. What was the third straight before the 4-day ban? Someone made a mess in my classroom. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what's going to be in the test. I honestly don't know what's going to be in the test. The real questions, the questions you get in the actual test will probably be different, but will require the same skills, even if they're different. That is even better. I 100% agree. Right, you should go to the 2017 paper after watching this and think, yo, I'm now fully equipped to do the 2017 paper and try that. 2017, 2018 are probably the most realistic of what it actually is. Can you ban year 13s only? I wish. We sit there and do nothing. I understand that too. What else we got? Real question: do you have Minecraft? No, it's like $40, dude. I might buy it. And I'll put videos on the channel. So as soon as I finish this broadcast, it will automatically upload as a past broadcast. Twitch.tv/nutshellmaths/videos, I think, and it'll be there. You understand? But are you gonna do it? No. Are you gonna do more streams for MCAT? Probably not. I think we're gonna do like an open drop-in session at school, so where you can actually come in and do like one-on-one tutorial, which is probably better. Like this reaches a lot of people, but I think honestly having one-on-one time to ask the questions in person and do it yourself is the best thing for you. Shreya, yes, the video will be on this channel. www.twitch.tv/nutshellmaths/videos. Can you come first period? No, don't do it. So you probably can come to tutorials if you really want, but only if you're going to be helpful. Petition ban Pali United. Yep, petition granted. When is the open session? Yeah, check Google Classroom. It'll be posted on Google Classroom. I think next week Monday, last day. Yeah, I think it'll be next week Monday. Karakia. Next week Monday, come into school. I'll be there. There'll be a bunch of maths teachers there. We'll probably be open half the day or a couple periods or something like that. Come in next week Monday. Okay, we'll post it on the Google Classrooms. Dropping out to become a teacher. Nah, don't do it, dude. I stuck with it and became a teacher at the end. I don't know if that's worth it either. Clue Gamer, see you tomorrow. I'm not sure who Clue Gamer is, but I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, let's put on some hype music. Oh, I almost want like chill music, but I want like royalty free chill. What the hell? Is this royalty free? I don't know what's royalty free or not, and I don't want my video to get muted. This is royalty free, but it's not good. Royalty free jazz? Royalty free. Alright, let's try that. Have a bit of Fortnite tonight. Ooh. Switch. Yeah, this is chill. Right, what do we got? I was just watching something else. Thanks so much, guys. See you tomorrow, see you tomorrow, see you tomorrow. I'll come up to you and say hi to you. Cool. Clue Gamer, no worries. Getting some glucose injected by... okay, dude. Wizard True, I'm coming Monday next week. Okay. No worries, Simon Thor. Thanks for watching, dude. You do have to pay to subscribe, Shred. You don't need to subscribe. You just follow. There's a little love heart in the corner. Hit follow, you get every notification from now on. And don't pay to subscribe. Yeah, I do have a gaming channel. That is not my gaming channel. Gaming channel low-key dead. YQ and ZX. You know, see dead streamer. Oh, I'll cut that out. How do I delete that? Delete. Yo, you're a mod, dude. What are you doing? Ruining my day. Right, I think that's us. 8:53. It's been a big one. No last questions. Has no voice over, has no face cam. That's not me, that's Yin Yin. Where and when? Monday? I don't know the time, don't know the place. Sorry, dude. See you, Panda, thanks for coming. See you, Karakia. See you, Karazorl. See you, Jackie, thanks for coming. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night. No last questions on this stuff. Hopefully everything was understood. If you still lunch, someone yells at me. So someone tells you, yeah, no worries. Gemma, later my dudes. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully it's helpful. You're on the path to get E. Let's do it. Right. Good night. Thanks for watching.